everybody, welcome back to the Matt Railway Adventures YouTube channel. Of course, Happy New Year and all that. This is slightly belated second intro. I think of everything I've filmed, so I'm splitting into two videos. So this is going to be video 2 from exploring the Swindon and Cricklade Railway, which predominantly be focusing on the 3 stations along the line and the history of them. So yeah, we are at Blunsdon, which is the headquarters. We're about to head down the final time to Swindon Malden Hill, then we'll come back up the line through Haysdale, then stop at Haysdale, then I'll be back to Blunsdon to finish. I've already got the footage from the 3 stations, so I'm just explaining what the line is there really. And yeah, I hope you enjoy the video and the footage, and hopefully it'll entice you to come up and have a look around yourself one day. Hello from Swindon Malden Hill, the southern, I would say, terminus of the Swindon Cricklade Railway. You've just seen the DMU leave, and we've got, I think we're about 40 minutes here, which is fine. There's not a lot here to see, but we can still have a little look around. And yeah, go over a little bit of the history here as well. It is actually turning out to be a relatively nice day here already. Going to be slightly warmer, but hey, it's winter. Sun's trying to break through, there's a bit of cloud. Yeah, you can't ask for much more really. So that's just a view of Swindon Malden Hill looking down the platform. As you see, it's a very, very basic one with some pretty much stone style benches. And that's it. Thankfully there is a footpath as well, which leads down somewhere. This station, there is no vehicular access at all. It is purely accessible by train. Yeah. Looks like here we've got what should be a second platform. As you can see, this is the very end of the line. You've got a slight curve going that way to a set of buffers, and then past what looks like a second platform to another set of buffers, but I don't think either of these bits get used an awful lot, looking at what's in the middle of the lines. And I would imagine that this footpath might lead you down to the country park, Malden Hill Country Park. And if it does, and you ever do come up to have a little adventure around here, yeah, it'd be a nice way to spend a bit of time, having a walk around the country park via a heritage train ride. Yep, there we go. So you can actually get on here. So we've just done, we left there, so he came in there, so it's gone out there, so 12:07 it gets back in, so 12:12. If they wanted to extend it further, they've got a lot of clearing to do. Let's just have a little meander down here and see what we can find. Yeah, we're definitely into a country park with probably some nice walks. Oh, there you go, you can see there's a sign pointing to the railway. So yeah, that is the foot entrance to it from here in the park. Right, so I'm just back at Swindon Malden Hill, or as it used to be called, Tor Valley Halt. It is the current and still a temporary southern terminus of the Swindon Cricklade Railway, as well as a heritage line in Wiltshire. The restored line was extended here in 2012, and the halt was then opened 2 years later in 2014. The halt is at the point of where the new track diverges from the original route of the Midland and South Western Junction Railway, and on the original track bed there is a short siding. As I've shown you, it is close to the Malden Hill Country Park, and that's on the northwest outskirts of Swindon. And yeah, there are calls for the new terminus to be constructed at Malden Hill, which is within the park itself. Yeah, there's not really a lot of history here at Swindon Malden Hill Station, but it's definitely in a good location if you want to have a nice stroll around the country park after a nice train ride. Ooh, that black cloud is not looking helpful. But yeah, the next train we'll be guessing is due in shortly. Then we will be making our way back up to Blunsdon. Right, we're here at Blunsdon Station, which is the headquarters of the Swindon Cricklade Railway. Got a few minutes for the service which we want for Hayes Knoll arrive, so time to have a little look around. If you come right down to the bottom, you've got the Museum of the Midland and South Western Junction Railway. Nice pictures of outside. Gonna have a look in museum then.
This enamel sign here was actually at Chiplin Station, and somebody who was talking to us about it, they said they could remember that there was one.
Plenty of old timetables and
people came
maps.
Chiplin would always shout, "Oh, what a footbridge for the Calne Trail" at the top of his voice, and so we called the actual exhibition over the bridge for Calne. There are three topics that are more popular than everything else. That's Harris's factory.
Yeah, nice little bit of history and
We get asked about
everything in here looks like. Nice model railway setup.
Let's leave the last word to Chairman.
Plenty of other old railway paraphernalia as well. Yeah, if you've definitely got a bit of time to spend here at Blunsdon, it's definitely worthwhile having a wander in, a little look around. That's a view of the line looking back down towards the bottom of the line. Over the far side you've got the engine shed. And let's wander back up. Some sort of shelter, Anderson shelter, maybe from something to do with the first or second small disagreement, maybe. You can see they've got the front, you look right in the distance, they've got the front end of a steamer, 3135, probably being worked on. Right, turn it back towards me. And you've also got the Whistle Stop Cafe. Everything there is pretty much made fresh. So if you want refreshments, good chance to get some. Right. That's a view of the line from the little level crossing they've got. And that's looking the other way. Now if you carry on walking down, you can see they've just had all their Christmas and festivities going on here last few days. Over there you have got a little Swindon and Cricklade Railway Memorial Garden. Water tower. There you've got a little shop here. Let's walk through there. Then we're pretty much back on the platform here at Blunsdon. Cool, nice old, very old post box that's now used for donations. You have a nice little diesel shunter there, it looks like. The views from here at Blunsdon aren't bad either, really. Nice bit of greenery to look over. And coming in is the DMU. This will take us up to Hayes Knoll. be hopping on shortly. Then we'll come back when we're on board, get a little bit of the view looking heading down to Hayesnell, then we'll have a look around Hayesnell station itself. A little bit of history about Blunsdon station. As we said, it is a station on the Swindon Cricklade Railway, which is Wiltshire's only heritage railway. The original station was first built in 1895 to serve the villages of Blunsdon, St Andrew and Broad Blunsdon, which are both north of Swindon, and it originally closed in 1937. It was also one of the last stations to be opened by the Midland and South Western Junction Railway in 1895. The line which it was built on had originally opened in 1883. Its site is in the Purton parish, next to the overbridge carrying a lane between Purton and the villages of Blunsdon, St Andrew and Broad Blunsdon. Yeah, it's back in the original day it was doing a single platform little halt, and it was predominantly used for milk. There was also a short carriage siding, as was used like fertiliser and other agricultural goods. This platform was south of the bridge and the siding was to the north. It was also one of the first stations to be closed on the line. Regular passenger services stopped in 1922, and there was a single passenger service a week on a Sunday until 1924, and then the station completely closed in 1937 when the goods services were halted. It then became the site of the headquarters of the Swindon Cricklade Railway in 1970s. It had the best road access to the track bed between Swindon and Cricklade, and by that time almost every trace of the metro station had gone, and the postal structures we see right now have predominantly all being relocated to other closed railways, and they are all new. It's a shame that there's nothing original, but still it's a nice enough little station. It's got everything you would need for it to be the headquarters. So yeah, could be a lot worse. It's a nice enough. The views are alright, and it would probably be a nice thing if you could see steam services running through, which we'll have to come back one day and do. Anyway, we will be setting off shortly for Hayesnell, so I'll return then. Right, we're here at the final station on the line currently, Hayesnell. Just arrived in. So I reckon we had to go all the way down to the end of the line first, then double back in, which was good to see. Yep, that's the DMU that's running up and down the line today. Let's just say, I don't know if this is original, but it looks period here at Hayesnell. Unfortunately, you can't actually get in where you've got engines being worked on and whatnot, but you've got something there. And further down in here, you've also got a little, looks like steam engine. Goodbye, there. Yep, that's just the front of the DMU. There you go, it does say Hayesnell. We've also still got Christmas stuff displayed. This one should be departing shortly back down to Blunsdon. I think I'm due to have 30 minutes here. which is fine. A bit of line, having a bit of time to have a proper little look around. Oh, got the history of the railway here as well. Right, so it looks like it's about to depart now. By 40 minutes and that. There we go, that's the DMU now left Hayes now. Yeah, that's just a clearer view of everything. So you've got some steam chain carriages parked up on the other side. And further down again, you've got more carriages. One thing I have noticed with all of these stations, they are all only single platform. There's no double platform ones. The Swindon and Cricklade Railway. There you go. That's so. Yes, we went up slightly further. It looks like up to Fairfield Lane Halt, which isn't open or constructed, but looks like that's where it was barriered off. You haven't even got a signal box still. You've got quite a few lines coming in here. You've got lines going into the engine shed, which is all closed up, and you've got whatever that is, a little crane thing it looks like. And an information board about Hayes, no signal box. If you want to read a little bit more about it, pause the video. Right, that's while I'm waiting for the train. Got to give a little shout out to Chris and Rhea of Crae, who have very kindly made me a new little product for the channel. And it is, well, people have seen I've got like me fleece and me hats and whatnot, and I've also done little notebooks, but I've also now got a limited supply of Matt's Railway Adventures keyrings. It's got my logo on the front, which pretty much matches the logo colour I'm going to use, and on the back we have got my link tree to all my socials, and also a fully functional QR code which takes you to the link tree, which then means you can find my Facebook, you can contact me on WhatsApp, follow me on Instagram and the YouTube channel. There is a limited supply of these, and they are available for purchase at £3, or I'll do a keyring and a little notebook for £6.50. The keyrings are limited supply, there's only 10 available. If you like one, please get in touch on the socials. And once again, thank you very much to Chris and Rhea of Crae for getting these done for me. I'll link to their Facebook page and whatnot in the description, so if you ever want things like keyrings, mugs, anything like that which can be the logo prints onto something, give them a shout and they'll get in touch with you, discuss needs and needs, requirements, quantities, and give you a very, very competitive quote with a very, very professional finish. And I will definitely be using them again for future products, whether it be keyrings, mugs, or anything like that. Right, I will come back to you later on when the train comes back through. Right, history of the station here at Hayes Knoll. So as you know, it's found on the heritage line, the Swindon and Cricklade Railway in Wiltshire. As I said, this is the only standard gauge heritage line in the county. The station was built in 1999 as part of the work to reopen this section of the former Midland and South Western Junction Railway between Swindon and Cricklade, with the whole route having closed in 1961. It is just east of the Hayes Knoll hamlet in the Purton parish. It is about 900 metres north of the rebuilt Blunsdon station and about 4.5 miles northwest of the centre of Swindon itself. The station is just a single platform jobby, which I've briefly shown you. There's also an engineering workshop and locomotive shed, and that is at a place where the original railway track bed includes an additional piece of land which is in the railway ownership. It then does provide an initial destination for trains from Blunsdon and engineering facilities required to operate the railway. There is no public access to Hayes Knoll station at all, apart from by train. So yeah, that's the engineering bit. So you've got 4-5 lines going in there, it looks like. Yeah, we can see 4, but there's a 5th one where the red craney thing is. So yeah, the locomotive depot has 5 roads, as they call it, that are accessed by means of a head shunt to the north of the depot, where Hayes Oak sidings are. The second road is primarily for the use of steam locos and has 2 inspection pits, one inside, one outside. So you can see the outside one. The other roads are for the use. Right, for some reason I got cut off mid part of what I was saying. Yeah, you can see the inspection pit, the outside one in the second lane or second road. So the others are used for both carriages and locomotives. The roads outside of the depot building are mainly for storage of wagons required to run the depot, such as wagon mounted water and diesel tanks, a septic tank, coal wagons and other items of rolling stock necessary to keep the depot functioning. Then you can see further down the line here you've got plenty of other carriages. So services which go through the platform, then have to go through the points onto the clear line to then carry on down to where it terminates, which slightly further down again could be where they are trying to extend it to. Yep, here's no signal box. Let's give you one final look at the station while we're here. Yeah, that is all the history here at Hayes Knoll. On a busy day with the engine sheds are actually open, it might be quite nice to have a look around then to see what maybe locos have got under restoration or undergoing any maintenance and whatnot, but not open still, unfortunately. yeah, the look of it wise does remind me definitely of what in my is a heritage station. You've got all like your classic signage as well, not in the modern day text but traditional one. You don't get things like Lion's Cakes or Cadbury's chocolate logos on modern day stations either. So yeah, this is, yeah, again it's a nice enough little station actually on the line. The more you ride it, the more actually I do actually come to like it. Needs to definitely come back when it's a steamer day, and I would definitely recommend anybody to come and visit on a steam date. And my train back will be in shortly. It's gone through, so it's got to go down, turn round, then come back again. Right, one final time here at Swindon Malden Hill. Still none the wiser as to the lines. If I quickly just turn the camera around, it sounds like the curved one might eventually be the one, if they do run into the country park, that'll be the way it goes. The other one, the nearest one, is just like a headland one where you just turn things around almost. It might still have it going into the country park. They're talking about building a cafe and whatnot, which will definitely be good, give another turn, another start or finish point. Yep, sun's soon going to have gotten down. So one final walk on the platform here at Swindon Malden Hill with our trusty DMU. I will hop back on in a minute and get ready to travel back up. In fact, it looks like I might be going back in the front again. There we go, one final view of the DMU here at Swindon Malden Hill. Well, that's it, all done for the day. It's back for the final time into Blunston. So, time to wrap this second video from the Swindon and Cricklade Railway up. So thank you very much for joining me. So I've explored the 3 stations, and in terms of Swindon Malden Hill, the little surrounding area as well. If you do like the content and what you've seen in the views and whatnot, and please do remember to do all your normal good stuff, like, subscribe, share, comment, and if you do ever come to explore this line, let me know in the comments what you think and everything, and I'll talk to everybody very, very soon on my next little adventure. So until then, from This Wiltshire's only standard gauge heritage railway. Choo choo for now.